Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. Today's episode super exciting for me. We are taking care of a long overdue upgrade to the BMW M4. I have partnered with AWE. We are putting a brand new exhaust on the M4. Let's go. So before we look at what's inside the box, let me tell you a little bit about my BMW M4. This is a 2015. It has a cold air intake. It has the stock downpipes, and the catalytic converters are still in place, and we're going to keep them in this install. That's one of the big pros about the exhaust behind me. There are concerns when it comes to this car with the sound. Some people love it, hate it. For me, it was more of an acquired taste. I really do love the car. It's fantastic, it really is. If you haven't driven one, you've got to drive one. That exhaust tone, you know, it's maybe not for everybody. So I do think it's time to step up with the big boys. So let's have a look at what's in the box. So what we have here, and I paid a fair price for it, is a Generation 2 AWE Switchpath Exhaust with the diamond black tips right here. Look at those, absolutely beautiful. I went with the diamond black because I felt that it fit the theme of the car because it has more black on it and not really any chrome. So for those of you that are concerned, this is still 50 state legal because we're retaining the catalytic converters, and we're gonna get a much better sound. So what we have here is a very important part. This is called your X pipe. This is what's going to give us a very unique tone, much improved over the factory tone. So you might be asking yourself, what does the Switchpath exhaust give you that makes it a benefit to the BMW M4? We are going to be able to integrate our factory valve system, still controlled by the factory buttons inside the car. I know that's important to a lot of people out there. It was certainly important to me. So the good news is this is all made in-house by AWE, all the engineering. It's made of a very high quality T304L stainless steel. You'll find that the pipes themselves are quite girthy. They're mandrel bent, and they're 3 inches. So it's substantial and definitely an improvement for airflow over the original exhaust. These tips too are a big improvement over the old ones. So these are 4 inches or 102 millimeters. The factory ones are 3 inches, so you can see it's going to be quite the difference there. And these are going to poke out a little further because I have this aftermarket diffuser with the rain light, and these are kind of subdued, so this is going to be a really good look for it. Now there are other tips available. I went with the diamond black again to fit the theme of the car. You might be wondering, what are the gains, the power improvements for something like this? So AWE claims that you will get 12 additional horsepower at the wheels and 16 foot-pounds of torque. Now, as mentioned before, I went with the Switchpath, which is going to maintain the original valve system, but you can get a tracked edition with a valve simulator, which would delete the muffler and would certainly be louder. Now, as long as I do everything right in the install, we should have a perfect fitment guarantee. We have an AWE lifetime guarantee as well. And as for that check engine light, we're guaranteed not to get one because of the installation of this system. So all that's left is getting the back end of the car up in the air, getting the old system out, and putting this one in. Let's go. All right, it's all installed. I think it looks awesome. We got these giant 4-inch tips on the back here. These are the diamond black. You can get them in chrome as well. This diffuser here sticks out farther than the factory one, so it's actually closer than how the factory diffuser would line up with these tips. That's okay. It's my fault I put this on here. It's no fault of AWE. There could be some rubbing or some extra heat in this area, so I'm gonna put some heat tape in here later on. But right now I think it looks really mean and really good. So I'm about to start the car up. I do have some pre-footage for you of the car with the factory exhaust in efficiency mode. That's just how they start. When you have an M car and you start it, it always starts with the valve closed. So it's gonna be a little quieter. With this new exhaust, it's gonna start up with the valves closed again in efficiency mode. So when I first turn it on during this cold start, it may not be as loud as you were expecting, but within a few seconds, I'll put it in sport mode, feather the throttle, the valves will open, and then you should hear the tone difference that we're looking for. So let's give it a shot. Well, there we go. I'm loving how the M4 sounds. Whether you have an M4 or an M3, I definitely recommend the AWE Switchpath Exhaust. I'll leave a link in the description below to the exact system that I put on this car. Again, I'm ecstatic. I think it's great. Sounds good in sport mode, Sport Plus obviously, and even efficiency. So win-win. But I am going to be taking this car on a rally to Vegas, so you might want to subscribe to the channel so you can check that out and you don't miss it. But if you like today's video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing, and we'll talk to you next time. All right, almost forgot.